Facebook is not confirming or denying working with the White House. It says this in a statement: we permanently ban pages, groups, and accounts that repeatedly break our rules on COVID misinfo. Tammy Bruce, host of Get Tammy Bruce on Fox Nation and a Fox News contributor, joins me now. So Tammy, my first question about this is, if they are working, and you heard Jen Psaki at the lectern in the White House say, if they are working together with platforms, does that mean that they are giving directives to platforms? I want to know the relationship there.
Well, that's exactly what she said, that they've got senior staff, maybe sometimes the Surgeon General's office, the COVID group there in the White House, but it's all partisan politicians. That's why they're working with the Biden White House, and saying specifically regular contact, telling them what posts are problematic and expecting them to be removed. This is more than just First Amendment, Harris, I have to say. To have corporate America work with the government, that is the core of fascism. It is the only way that fascism can work, is when you've got a corporate bolster and they're in the pool with you in order to make that kind of control functional. So this moves us into quite an authoritarian framework where it's also messaged very casually, if you notice, like this was totally normal. It's not only not normal, it not only is a violation of the First Amendment, clearly, but it sets a very different approach when it comes to what the founders had in mind, which was a representative republic, democracy, right? This is very classically fascism, which is fascinating considering this is the group that got into office in part complaining about the non-fascism that was existing in the prior administration. So we've got to be very concerned that you've got not just the White House, but the DNC as well. They've come under some fire for dealing with wanting to have the phone companies stop certain text messages that go out to a subscriber list. So that's underway with the DNC. So you see this linkage throughout the process.
Speaking of the DNC, Politico reported this week, Tammy, that President Biden's allied groups, including the DNC, are working with those text messaging carriers, as you said, to more aggressively fight the spread of vaccine misinformation. But a DNC spokesperson denied those claims and told the USA Today, quote, "Of course the DNC has no ability to access or read people's private text messages, and we are not working with any government agency, including the White House, to try to see personal text messages. Clean up on aisle 7. Is the broom big enough?"
Yes, and it tells you also, Harris, that they understand that this is problematic. They thought about how to answer that question because they knew it would be coming. They know this stinks. They know this is awful, but they're doing it anyway. If you're on a list, if you've told someone, send me a message, it's no one's business if other people are on that list, what the messaging is, whether politicians or partisans like the messaging or the information you're receiving on your phone. It's none of their business. And yet it's like, oh, yeah, well, you know, we're not working with any governmental agency. It's all, and also keep in mind, with what's happening with Facebook, this becomes almost like the assignment desk for America. Whatever they do, it means others are going to follow. Twitter will follow. Instagram, of course, linked to, owned by Facebook. All of this will happen
just so our viewers
throughout
know,
all of social media.
Assignment desks exist in every newsroom. That's who decides what's on the docket that day, because they're following everything that's breaking, all of those hundreds of satellite acquisition videos that are coming in. So what you're saying is they're operating kind of like the newsroom for America now, only they will flag the things they don't agree with and they don't see. And what if it's bigger than COVID? That this broad look at what we're texting and posting. That's my question. All right, let me get to this. Listen to what one of Facebook's oversight board members said. And this person is also Denmark's former prime minister. Watch.
How do you moderate content, and how do you find that balance between human rights and free speech, which is a human right, but also other human rights, because obviously free speech is not an absolute human right. It has to be balanced with other human rights, and that is what the oversight is there to do.
That's exactly what Tammy said. Some of the people in the pool know that the water's dirty, and they're already asking the questions or have statements ready. Let's look at this. A recent Fox poll shows while Democrats are twice as likely to trust social media companies to decide what should be posted more than Republicans do, a majority on both sides of the political aisle do not trust them to make fair decisions. That's interesting, Tammy.
It is, and it just goes to show you that, once again, the average Democrat does not want what the Democrat leadership is doing. Everybody wants voter ID as an example. They don't want what Biden is doing. They don't trust tech companies to make the correct decisions. Frankly, and when they see this collusion, hand in glove with the tech companies, I think the average Democrat, we all have this great civil rights background and experience as Americans. Freedom is the core of what allows us to do this. And most Americans are looking now shockingly at the nature of what's going on in this country. They may not be marching every day, but we will, of course, we have elections. But in the meantime, this is about lawsuits perhaps that have to be filed. This dynamic has to be stopped. We have to discuss it, because otherwise you'll wake up one morning and all of this will be codified and normal. That's not what anybody wants. Democrats understand this as well, and they must begin to step up. Democrats with the civil rights history, they're in Congress, they're regular people. They must start to say enough is enough.
So, and I just want to point this out, lists in this country. When you said the word list, I got the chills. We have fought wars against men with lists. Last quick word.
We have, and we saw this happen once before with the Red Scare in the 50s. There were lists. You couldn't work. So anybody could put you on a list. The government was going to decide. It does not end well, Harris, and we are the generation that will stop it from happening again.
Tammy Bruce, thank you very much for digging into this. There are literally millions and millions and millions of people checking their social media right now. I wonder if we can keep them out. Are there any privacy controls? That's my next phase of this. Tammy, have a great